Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark the talk and you will see conflict solved.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome to the Make We Talk program right here on INI Radio, the voice of the Caribbean. This afternoon we have with us opposition spokesperson and transport. He's also the vice president of the People's National Party and a member of parliament for Manchester Northwestern, Mr. Mikael Phillips. It is election fever in Jamaica. Good afternoon, Mr. Phillips.
Self and your listeners.
Welcome to the program here and also on INI Radio, sir. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Phillips, local government election has been called, sir. Where do you see the local government election going towards when it comes down to the People's National Party? Is the party ready?
The party is ready. I mean, we have candidates in place, some for 4 years, some for 3 years. The bulk of our candidates have been in there. Especially new candidates have been in their divisions, I would say on an average of about 2 years. So they would have been on the ground and doing the work that is necessary for them to be elected. I think we are ready to cross the finish line and to do well in this local government election.
How much seats do you expect to pick up, Mr. Phillips?
Let me put it this way. We have the control, meaning the People's National Party has a majority of councillors in 5 municipal councils, including Portmore. We are expecting to pick up the KSAMC and retain those that we have, and we're looking to pick up probably about another 2 or 3 more parishes. Once the plan goes as we are planning, then I think that the People's National Party will come out on top.
And what is the message that you have now going into this local government election for the people of Jamaica?
Well, I hear the current minister of local government speak about him being the JLP being the party and the government that has given the most to local government. The People's National Party has been built on the back of local government. We are the ones who actually had put in the 3 strategic laws. It was in our last administration that we increased the PRF to councillors. It is the People's National Party that had put in the Constitution fixed election dates for local government. Last night I told a conference that if you really want to see a better local government system, then vote for the People's National Party. If it is that you want to see us bringing back garbage collection to the local authorities and out of the hands of central government, then vote for the People's National Party. There is a lot of work to be done in local government. I think we have made the proposal in taking the resources out of the hands of the minister. As it is now, this current minister is determining by himself which municipal council gets resources and which don't. And we are proposing that we take that control out of the hand of the political directorate and put it in the hands of the municipal councils on how the funds are spent with the proper oversight, I should say, so that we can get better results coming out of local authorities that have been elected to do the work that they're expected to do.
Mr. Phillips, what is your views on the whole idea of Portmore becoming a parish? What's the People's National Party views there?
Well, we have been consistent that if the government is persisting going that route, then the people should have a say. Right? It should go to a referendum so that the people have a say. But we are definitely not in support of Portmore becoming a parish. We're not seeing the value of making Portmore a parish. It is obvious that it is a political decision by this administration on why it is that they want Portmore to become a parish. And before becoming a parish, there would have to be certain things that would help to give them that status. I mean, we're talking about a hospital, you're talking about their own tax office, you're talking about different amenities, just basic amenities that the people of Portmore should see. But we stand firmly that if that is to be so, that the people of Portmore should have a say if it is that they want their municipality to become a parish.
There has been rumbled within the realms of Jamaica that the People's National Party is having some internal rumble and tangle. Is that so, Mr. Phillips?
The only rumble and tingle we're having is the unity that we're seeing within the party and the organization. We're seeing the energy from the ground itself. So it is like an earthquake inside the PNP, seeing the support that we're getting from the comrades and Jamaicans right across, locally and in the diaspora, of wanting to see a new dawn for Jamaica. So that's the only rumblings that I can tell you that I know of in the People's National Party.
Do you have? I mean, last night I was watching the speech. You know, you give a beautiful speech, and plus the interview by the person who interviewed you, and also I see where the youngest senator in Jamaican history, Senator Gabriela Morris, she gave her speech also. Do you see a younger set of Jamaicans fighting for a better Jamaica?
You know, last night was an eye-opener for me and a pleasant experience, because in that crowd that I saw last night, I would say the majority of persons who came out were below the age of 30. Mm-hmm. We had a large amount of young people that turned out last night. I think that the younger generation had hopes in Andrew Holness' administration, and they have seen where a lot of promises have been made and undelivered. I think that they have seen a level of arrogance from this administration that is unbecoming for a political organization and a government, that they have stopped listening to the people. I think that the younger Jamaicans their expectation is different from a generation before. They are not asking for the housing material, they're not asking for the fertilizer. What they want is opportunity, and they want to see what it is that their tax dollars have been working for a better country and a better Jamaica. And I think that they have been heavily disappointed by this administration and have been sort of listening to the People's National Party and our plans and ideas moving forward. And I think they are listening and they are believing and they are wanting to give the PNP a chance to see us give a better stewardship at the government.
You know, people are saying that, you know, the People's National Party, in a sense, when they go to Parliament, you know, they don't really oppose too much on what is going on, because they have the whole idea of the fertilizer, the whole idea of what is going on in the country comes on to crime. What new ideas, what new presentation, if a People's National Party should gain state power, let's say the local government election call and everything is going honky-donkey and general election is called, what sort of new idea would the People's National Party present to Jamaica to solve Jamaica's crime problem?
Well, you know, we are coming out with our manifesto soon, because we're still a year, nearly 2 years into general elections. I made a presentation recently, and I saw the editorial in the Gleaner taking me to task when I said I represent Nandiu Dawn for transport.
Yes.
And give me 6 months after being elected minister and being given the responsibility for transport. Give me 6 months, I will come with a national plan. Because the truth be told is that what we don't want, we will be enunciating what our policy plans are.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a difference between policy and ideas and actually being able to implement it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you may be elected, and then what they say is in the coffers of the government, you might go there and see an empty empty shelf. Yeah, the policies that may be put in, but our approach to crime, I can say, just within discussions that we've been having, is going to be more an approach in going into the communities. I think that we're going to be doing a multifaceted approach, dealing with education, dealing with access, dealing with just a safer Jamaica, dealing with the rule of law. Some things are going to be unpopular because we have had this free hand in how it is that we operate just as a people, that we have to not take away the rights of people, but at least ensure that we put what are the laws on the book, that we enforce those laws so that we can have a more disciplined society. This idea that the police is afraid or not to go into certain communities, be PNP or GLP, that is something that we're saying that you don't have to take a heavy-handed approach in dealing with those with matters like that. I think a lot of the issues that has to be dealt with too, that we have been discussing, it goes around the whole issue of domestic violence. If you look at the numbers on the books, the amount of murders that take place within the home because persons are just not able to just have a conversation amongst each other and end up in committing murder. Yeah, so we're looking at not a high-handed approach. Where it is needed, it will be done, meaning a heavy-handed approach in fighting crime. But I think that the approach that we took in the last administration would also be expanded in how it is that you do intervention within the communities themselves, in understanding that crime will never pay. If you don't get caught today, it will be tomorrow. But then also that persons have to understand that the rule of law is there and that it will be brought to book. Persons will be brought to book. Be it white-collar crime, be it murder, be it scamming, but enforcement of the rule of law is going to be critical to any success of any crime plan.
Mr. Phillips, members of the Jamaican diaspora, if you're just joining us here on I9 Radio, the Voice of the Caribbean, we're speaking to Mikael Phillips, Member of Parliament for Manchester Northwest and also Vice President of the People's National Party. Mr. Phillips, you see what is going on in our neighboring country, Haiti. Let us, go over there. The security of Haiti is gone to the dogs. And when you look at what is going on into Haiti, do you believe that gangs are leaving from Haiti coming into Jamaica, sir? Because of our borders?
There is definitely a open border trade. I'm going to use that terminology. An open border trade between Jamaica and Haiti. I mean, there's drugs for gun, there's human trafficking, there is transfer of labor. I use loosely where crime is concerned, and it is thriving. This current administration and previous have invested in the capabilities of the JDF in dealing with some of those where I don't think we have been getting the results that we would want to. But definitely that has to take a special effort in curbing what is happening with the trade with Haiti for guns and drugs. I mean, let's give credit where credit is due. Just over the weekend, I think it was Friday or Saturday, that the JDF had intercepted a boat. I'm sure I think it was off the coast of St. Thomas. I'm sure they were heading to Haiti with over 2,000 pounds of marijuana. So, and they were able to hold those on the boat with the weed. I'm sure that was going to be traded for guns in Haiti. So, I mean, we have to give credit where credit is due. But I think much more needs to be done. We did it in the 90s when we had cauterized the cocaine trade using Jamaica as a transshipment. We did it then. It was an organized effort. I think that we just need to look at what we did then and see how best it can fit into today's Jamaica, dealing with the guns for drugs trade with Haiti and seeing how best we can cauterize it. But still something that is going to take a concerted effort and something that I don't think at this point in time we have given the focus that it should be given.
Jamaica don't manufacture gun at all, Mr. Phillips. And yet, you hear about some guns coming into the country. If the People's National Party, as I said, should gain state power, if a general election should call, and the Minister of National Security, Sir Peter Bundy become Minister of National Security or somebody else, would they approach the American government to see what they can do to stem the gun going through Haiti and into Jamaica, or going through Trinidad into Jamaica, or wherever? What is the People's National Party plans to do to stem the rampant gun violence in our country so they shoot down people like blackbirds?
So the enforcement of the law, first thing you have to do is catch them. That's the first thing. But ensure that the police has the capabilities of building the case so that they can be prosecuted. There are laws on the books that we have not really put the apparatus behind the security forces to do proper investigation, to build cases properly. We have been hearing there has been advancements, but I think that we need to make it at a quicker pace to get the results. Otherwise, we suffer.
Do you believe that the Zozos and the Nenes and the Zizis working in our country, sir?
No, not as effective as they ought to. I mean, each time that they have brought an order to Parliament, asking us for an extension of a Zoso, I've always asked the questions: what are have we seen any tangible results in one arrest? Are we seeing the arrest of and the dismantling of gangs? Are we seeing the gun signs as we expect? Can we get those numbers for each Zoso? And we have not been able to get those numbers. So as far as I'm concerned, apart from removing some zinc fence, giving out some birth certificates, having some health fairs, which are things that can happen without Zosos, I would say that it has been a failure.
So what would the People's National Party implement if there's such a rampant crime going on under your watch? What will the People's National Party?
But you're asking me the same question over and over.
No.
No.
No, Mikael, no.
I can't say it. No, in the sense that we're talking about crime, and I'm giving you a general, what we have discussed at the policy level, really, on the approach to crime. But to ask me if we will continue Zoso or not, that I would have to ask our shadow spokesperson on national security, on the policies that they have been creating on crime. But I have just discussed with you what we have discussed at the shadow cabinet level, in a general approach in how it is that we will look at the crime portfolio. So I can't go down to the minute with you now with that, because each of us, each portfolio has a shadow spokesperson. And with all due respect to how it is that, So
I know. Okay, with the whole idea of transport now, I know the bus and taxi operators are having a warm of a time when it comes on to, they get a fare increase and all the likes and so forth. What is your plan for the public transport sector?
Well, as I said earlier, that we're starting to look at some policy areas on when we become government, how it is that we want to approach public transport. We're looking at low-hanging fruits, short, medium, and long term. The KMTR is of concern to us, and how it is that we now operate within the Kingston Metropolitan Transport Region, which includes Spanish Town, Portmore, and the general Kingston and St. Andrew area. In how it is that we have 6,000 hackney carriage operators, how it is that we make them a part of a better working system for the commuters of the Kingston metropolitan area. Looking at not only just a franchising system, or how it is route taxes or hackney carriages operate, or how it is that we can look at light rail coming from passenger rail coming from Spanish Town, Portmore into downtown Kingston, in how it is that we facilitate not only the operators but the commuters also. We have to look at the policy that taxi parks are operated by the municipal council, with the transport authority having not much say in how it is that we can bring everything under one management, be that you franchise it out to private operators, or how it is that we provide a better space for the operators and the commuters itself, using a model and seeing how best we can have at least 2 or 3 different models that fit in different areas. How it is that we provide adequate space for the operators themselves, so that we can deal with some of the congestion within the town centers that they operate from. And how it is that we can extend the JUTC into rural parishes, so that we can extend that subsidy that school children and the elderly would get in the Kingston metropolitan area. How we can extend that benefit out into the rural areas for the same cohort of persons that I just mentioned. It's going to take a lot of resources, hence why I say there's going to be short-term and medium and long-term plans, because, just to give you an idea of what we're talking about is relocating the bus parks in downtown Kingston, how it is that we can incorporate it into the train station, so that if you take a light rail from Portmore and Spanish Town into downtown Kingston, you're coming off of that train and jumping right onto a bus that will carry you, or a bus, be it private or JUTC, carrying you into New Kingston or Papine or Havendale, wherever it is that you're going, seeing how we can replicate that transport center that we have in Halfway Tree in places like St. James and other town capitals that we have, so that we can step up our game where public transport is concerned. Because public transport doesn't only deal with the movement of people, it affects your productivity as a country. It affects the mental state of our people.
Yes.
And I'm always reminded that we have 1 million Jamaicans that still depend on public transport out of a population of 3 million. That's 1/3 of your population. Yes. It ought to be given the place in our economy that it deserves.
Mr. Phillips, I know you're not going to stay with us too long, and we're going to go up on a 1:30
Yes,
break.
I'm about to.
Yes, but
Yes.
your opinion on the demonstration happened inside over here in the United States with Jamaican demonstrating in the diaspora here. The PNP opinion on it. Your views on it, sir.
You know, I know that we have not discussed that internally as yet. I know our spokesperson on foreign affairs made some comments on it, but you know what I can guarantee is that what our approach to the diaspora has been completely different to this administration. We'll have an open door policy as we have always had, where the diaspora is concerned. Our party leader, Mark Golding, and a team from the party did a diaspora tour of the US, and we did one of the UK last year. I was part of the UK tour. I was going out there, having town hall meetings, listening to the diaspora. I mean, just from the result of our tour to the UK, we have a program that we're working with, which the BBC is also carrying on a regular basis now. I think it's a weekly basis, and seeing how we can get generations of Jamaicans that have never been to Jamaica to come to Jamaica to experience Jamaica, because a lot of what they hear of Jamaica is not what the realities are as it is now.
I am so sorry, we're out of time, Mr. Phillips. Thank you for coming on, Mikael Phillips.
We can do this again.
Yes, sir, we can. Thank you so much. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thanks for having me, and all the best to yourself and your listeners for the rest of the week.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Mikael Phillips, Vice President of the People's National Party, Member of Parliament for Northwest Manchester.
Conditions apply.
INI Radio, Voice of the Caribbean, thanks you.
The right time.
But there they are in Jamaica, which is a country that is bordering on republicanism. The Prime Minister of Jamaica has made it absolutely clear he wants nothing more to do with the monarchy. He thinks it's past its sell-by date. So in the very week the King is going into hospital, we don't know how serious it is. We think it's terrific that he's talking about his condition, prostate, he's having prostate issues. His own son, who hasn't found time yet, Sarah, to say, I'm really sorry that Dad's not feeling so good and sending him my best wishes. And we don't think that's happened privately, because it had, Harry would have leaked it, without a doubt, or she'd have leaked it. He's there consulting and hobnobbing with one of the most overtly Republican Prime Ministers in the Caribbean. Somebody who also, I understand, wants to break up the Commonwealth, which was so precious to the Queen. And Charles wanted Harry and Meghan, because she's a woman of colour, because we always hear about that, to be key parts of the ambassadorial role to promote the Commonwealth. And here he is now consulting the weakest fathers going to hospital with people who want to destroy it. I can't believe it.
I mean, I think they are deliberately trolling the royal family. This is obviously what they're doing.
I got arrested a few times. During the 60s, I went to jail 40 times. Since I've been in Congress, I've been arrested another 5 times. And I'm probably going to get arrested again for something. I'm not suggesting that any of you should go out and get arrested. But when you see something that is not right, not fair, not just, stand up and say.
Welcome back to the Make We Talk program here and Voice of the Caribbean, INI Radio. We were just speaking to Mikael Phillips, opposition spokesperson and transport and vice president of the People's National Party, pertaining to the local government election and what plans does the PNP has if they should win state power tomorrow morning. In the sense of, with the local government election on us, and if the general election should be called, would they win? If they win, what is the plan they have for the country? You know, sometimes we we're here. And when you listen to what is going on within the Caribbean, as what Mikael Phillips just said earlier on, that there's a drugs for trade for guns throughout on the Caribbean waters. I think I have a call coming into the program here. Let me check this call. Let me check this call here. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Make We Talk program.
Oh, good afternoon, Mr. Tavares. How are you, sir?
I am here, sir. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's another day, so we have to give thanks. Eh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was listening to the interview with Mr.
Mikael
Phillips.
Yes.
Yeah, and I thought that you would have asked him what better policies that he would have, because if you're competing for office, then let's say that the present government, their policy is redundant and outdated.
Mm-hmm.
Then if you're competing for office, then you should be able to present something, in my opinion, that is better for the voters, so that they can look at both policies and see, okay, the JSP is doing this and it's not working. This is what I'm doing. And then, people should be able to choose. Because in my opinion, the diehards don't change governments. The PNP will always be the PNP, and the diehard JLP will always stay with the JLP. The independent persons are those who would swing the election one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was really listening to hear you put to him that I'm okay. You are competing for a change.
Well, remember, I asked him, what sort of policy do they have planned if they should gain state power for the people of Jamaica? I did ask him a question like that, sir.
And how did he answer? Because apparently I missed that.
Well, they said that they're coming up with a manifesto soon.
I call that a puss in a bag. Because why should I buy something and I don't see what if it doesn't work?
Mm-hmm.
People should be able to analyze whatever you're offering.
Mm-hmm.
and see and compare it. That is why choice is one of the best thing. Democracy is one of the best thing, and that's how I see it. I don't know how you see it, but
something. That's your opinion, sir. My opinion on everything that is going on in our country, that we the people need to take a stance, sir. We the people believe that government can solve all our problems. We are the problem that our country faces. And we need to stand up and do something about it, sir.
I agree. In my opinion, again, you see the UIC, a third party. I think that it is right for a third party, because they would be.
Let me ask you a question, sir. Mm-hmm. You're saying that the UIC is right for a third party. Have the UIC put out its slate of candidates for even the local government elections, sir?
Well, they put out a few, but
no. The question I'm asking you, sir, has the UIC tell the people of Jamaica and the members of the Jamaican diaspora who are the candidates for both the local government election and the general election should call? Have they done so?
No.
Okay. So how do you expect the Jamaican people to vote for them?
Huh? You have a point. You have a point. Okay. But the PNP has been tried over 18.5 years.
I have a next call coming into the studio, sir. Thank you for calling in.
Okay.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Good afternoon. Welcome to Make We Talk.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
What I want to find out, Oh, I'm not hearing anything about integrity committee and the six and no, that died down. I don't hear nothing about it. They don't have no committee.
I don't think the six has died down, sir. It's just that the whole six, the integrity commission need to name the six, sir. And they are the one who's dragging their foot when it comes on to certain things, sir.
Yeah. But it looked to me like the integrity committee not have no integrity again.
Well, you know, if the people not speaking up about what is going on, sir, with the integrity commission, sir, you think the integrity commission going to do something about it, sir?
No, because everybody just keep quiet like that. You know, nobody saying nothing about this thing again. Like it don't exist anymore. I don't understand that.
Well, I don't know, sir. One moment for me. I have a next call coming in. Hold on.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Make We Talk program.
Hi, good evening, Jeffrey. How you doing?
I'm here, my friend. Thank you.
All right. First time getting to talk with you. I want to talk about a couple of things quickly. So the gentleman before this last person called, just to say a few things about a third party. We could have a third party, Jeffrey, and a fourth party and a fifth party. And if each party comes in with the same kind of nonsense, like this part, these two parties, what would be the difference, Jeffrey? What we need is to be able to hold every single one of these politicians accountable. That which is what is being done today by you, Mr. Francis Ratty, and that is what Jamaica needs. People to hold these people feet to the fire, first and foremost. The other thing that he said about what did the PNP do with the manifesto and whatever, but how can you know what to do before they actually come in, Jeffrey? You know, I feel like read the manifesto and see if it makes sense. Then when them go in, you can say it did make sense or not.
Right.
Come on, people, man. Stop calling people and program with this kind of nonsense, man. Be proactive, be productive. Think ahead of time. Help this process. Help Jeffrey. One love, brother.
Thank you very much, man. I'm an next call coming in. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Make We Talk program.
What more I know? More I know if all that station are survive, see? And all them call it the more donate and tell me to donate to the station so we can keep safe on here. That more I know. Because all the time was Jamaica, now that more I want to
All right, boy. It is now 1:41 on 99 Radio, the voice of the Caribbean. You know, I saw something in the paper a couple of days ago where the Kenyan government or the Kenyan court again has ruled that the Kenyan police cannot enter Haiti because of some constitutional issues that Kenya has pertaining to the officers deployed to another country. And that means that Haiti gone back to square one. Haiti has gone back to square one again because obviously there is no help coming in to help the humanitarian crisis and political crisis that Haiti face. Also in today's Gleaner, you can see where there's a problem growing again, some military issues between Venezuela and Guyana. Is it that we're going to have a border dispute between these two countries escalating? Is that the case? Because if that is the case, then we're in serious crisis. The Caribbean is in serious problem. This is the Make We Talk program here, and I rated the voice of the Caribbean. The numbers to call is 850-446-0562. We have a couple more minutes to leave on the program. 850-446-0562. That's the number to call. It's an open mic day today. can call in on the program here and discuss what is going on in your neck of the woods. It's also election fever here in the United States. There's election fever going on right here in the United States. The general election is due in November here in the United States of America. The numbers to call into the program is 850-446-0562. That's the numbers to call into the studio. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Mikael Talk program.
Yeah. I want to talk about on the support done. On the people that come in and support none.
Pardon me?
I want to talk about people that come in and support none. Like, the man talk about Jamaica and I support none of else.
What are you saying, sir? What are you saying, sir? That the Jamaican community don't support anything up here? That's what you're saying?
They don't. Yeah, they don't.
So, in other words, members of the Jamaican community who own business places in the South Florida here don't support the fellow Jamaicans then? That's what you're trying to say?
No, the business place. Even the ones in a car station, I'm going to show them about non-profit. I'm going to show them something about Jamaica.
Well, I can't answer that question, sir.
Talk about PNP this, labor right this, and PNP this, labor right. Oh, PNP and labor right right now. Oh, PNP and labor right help with your business in America. Tell me.
I think no. I think if you're gonna ask a question like this on air, sir, I think you need to ask me personally off air, sir.
No, I ask you, PNP and GLC European business in America. Can I answer one there? Okay. PNP and GLC support WCO main 92103, the station. How do I support it? Tell me. Let's see nobody recognize the voice. How do I support it? And all these listeners are out of calling us the radio. How come we have the people on the television they never support them? We need to put the pressure upon the listeners and support the people who support, who do things in the community. Some to feel. We have an event this morning or this afternoon. That's all.
I have no comment, sir.
You know the comment?
No.
So you're not part of the solution, man. How do you keep the podcast going?
I beg your pardon?
How do you keep the podcast going?
How do I keep my podcast going?
Yeah, when people have podcasts, then get donation, right?
I don't get any donation for my podcast, sir.
So it is for free.
I don't get no donation for my podcast.
You should get donations. I do a service to the community. Somebody should pay you.
I'm not being paid for anything that I do, sir.
Okay then. Why is that? Because the community don't support nothing, don't.
You said it, sir, not me.
Then I choose nothing. I lie myself.
No.
How much donation what you can give?
No, listen. No. If you're gonna come on air because you own the station and ask me these questions on the station, sir, I won't know. No, I don't think you should do that to me.
You do that to you? With the least of you got around, you be that.
It was nice being here. Everyone, thank you all for joining me. Join me tomorrow morning, tomorrow, same time, same place. It don't make any sense.
Make we talk!
This is where I say so long from here for another day. Thank you all for joining us. We want to break the program a bit earlier. Thank you all for joining us.
Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk.
Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we reason, make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. As long as it now help Jamaica, make we talk. Make we reason, make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth, make we reason, make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon, nobody is not above the law. Make we reason, make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk.